Welcome to another edition of Selling Life and Annuities. I'm Tim Luby. I'm the National Sales Director of Annuities here at Hague Rd Marketing. And with me today is Paul Bechtold, our Regional Vice President in charge of debt elimination programs. And our topic today is taking advantage of the tax season. So Paul, we wanted to talk today about how agents can engage their conversations and discussion, around this tax season, which presents, some opportunities, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Right. So how would an agent start the conversation? What would be some of the ideas that they might ease into to surface these issues?
Well, I just know in my own experience, you call on a client maybe this time of the year, and it's top of mind to get their taxes filed on time and get that kind of behind them, okay? And you can usually gauge pretty quick whether they're in a good position or maybe a not so good position. And either way it works. That's the beauty of it, okay? Because it is a financially related conversation and it's going to lead to potential opportunities. So for example, if I'm talking to a business owner and he's saying, hey, I'm focused on getting, my taxes filed on time behind me. And I know he's had a good year in the business. I'll say, by the way, are you aware that there are still some tax strategies you can implement for 2023 all the way into maybe August or even September of this year and still get a deduction for 2023? And that being maybe a small business pension plan, for example. Okay. Also, if they haven't had so good of a year, maybe that's going to lead to, hey, maybe we get together and show you some strategies to leverage your taxes better or be better prepared next year so that you don't have to pay. Okay.
Right. So when you say they haven't had a good year, are you thinking that they might have paid too much in taxes or they didn't make enough money? Oh, I'm assuming you're talking about they paid a lot of taxes.
Well, they have a tax bill due maybe, and maybe they're struggling to come up with the money or be prepared for it, so to speak. We want to take advantage of the lack of preparation in some kind of way, shape, or form. So conversely, you get clients that are going to get maybe more on the personal level than the business side, but they're going to get a big tax refund back. Well, a little education is say, well, when you get a tax refund back, what you're really saying is that you overpaid your taxes and you let the government use your money all year long for free. They didn't give you any interest for it. And what I could do is show you how to take and leverage that money up, earn interest on it, and maybe eliminate your debt sooner, for example.
Right. So it's interesting. You're talking about a lot of it, tax strategies and ways that you can help your clients with all these opportunities. Would you think that most of these clients, particularly business owners, have like an accountant, someone on their team already that they might work with on this?
And the answer to that is emphatically yes. Of course, most business owners are going to have an accountant. They may have an attorney. They may even have a financial advisors. But the beauty of some of the things that we do with Equity Excel is a lot of those people are completely unaware of some of the things that we can do to help on the tax front to legally be able to position money. So, for example, I had somebody a couple of weeks ago, and they needed to file bankruptcy on their business. Okay, unfortunately, but their accountant and their attorney was telling them to cash in their life insurance policy, and which is the worst thing that they could do because that contract is legally protected from lawsuits, right? And when we stepped in and helped that client, they found out we were in fact right about that. Okay,
right. Interesting. So these other financial people, the accountants, the lawyers, you need to engage them in the conversation then.
Not so much engage them, but educate the client that they may not have all the answers. Okay, there's this underlying assumption many times that because of what they do, for example, that an accountant financially knows everything how to do it correctly, and in many instances they're completely unaware of how we can leverage life insurance to reduce taxes.
Interesting. So what if they have a financial advisor? I talked a little bit about the accountant. Maybe that's part of the financial advisor team that they work with. But is there any unique things that you have to overcome when there's a financial advisor in the picture?
Can be a little bit more challenging. Obviously, they're already in their ear. They're already giving them financial advice. They're already kind of getting a hold of their money and show them how to do things. The first thing I try to tell people is I don't do what your financial advisor does. Your financial advisor is on the asset side of the equation. I'm over on the debt side of the equation for the most part, and can show you how to leverage whole life insurance in ways that your financial advisor may not even be aware of.
Okay, good stuff. So Paul, are there any obvious opportunities that you're trained to look for?
Some, okay. Obviously, when people, just general families and consumers, when they're getting tax refunds back, that's a huge, obvious opportunity. Okay, you can go to their employer, reduce their withholdings, have more take-home pay. We can take and leverage that money up. Okay. Business deductions. I mentioned the small business pension plan a little bit ago. A lot of business owners aren't even aware that they can do that. And they're not aware of ways in which they can contribute to those plans where they can benefit themselves as the business owners with the majority of that money versus their employees. Also things like, a golden handcuff, employer attraction and retention programs, things that are going to also benefit and stabilize and help grow their business as well.
Right. Interesting. So a lot of great strategies that you can help agents, if you've educated agents about as it relates to the tax season and the opportunities to help clients in this process. So we're kind of running out of time, winding down a little bit. But for the benefit of those watching today, what's the best way for them to engage with you to get help in this area?
Well, call me at 317-626-3054 or paul@gordonmarketing.com. I'm a 24/7 guy. You can reach out to me. I promise to get right back to you. But here's the main thing that I'd like to close with on this subject, okay? To be in the game, you got to be at the game. You got to be in front of people and having conversation, and you got to take advantage of the season that you're in. Right now, it's tax season, right? And finances are top of mind to most business owners and individuals and families. Have the conversation and see where it leads to. You never know where the trail of breadcrumbs might lead to.
That's great. You got to be at the game. That's good. So with that, we're kind of winding down. If you do me a favor, one last thing. If you would like the video here and comment, if you would, please share it. Would be really great. Subscribe to the channel. And very importantly, click the notification bell below so that you'll be notified anytime we come out with new Selling Life and Annuity content. And with that, thank you very much for your time and attention. Thanks, Paul, for the great information you shared with us today. And happy selling.